I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. I don't think there's anything better than handbags, you know? I don't think so. Hello everybody, welcome back to our video. My name is Sabrina and I'm a fashion enthusiast and handbag lover. So if you are also the same, I think you've come to the right place. In the year 2024, I think we are all familiar, unfortunately, with the price increases of these luxury brands. There has been one after the other. Chanel is notorious for their price increases at this point. I think at this point, every single brand in the fashion space has had at least one price increase, if not a couple. Except, are these price increases actually helping the brand? Just this week, it was reported that Kering, the parent company to brands like Gucci, Saint Laurent, and Balenciaga, had a 16% drop in sales over their Q3 period. Even earlier this year, and I believe back in February or March, Saint Laurent actually decreased their prices on some of their bags, which I don't think we've seen a decrease in bag prices in honestly quite some time. But what that tells me is honestly, one, that they're not selling these, and two, that yes, they did price these exponentially way too high for what they're worth. Consumers are catching on. They are being strict with what exactly they spend their money on and how they spend their money. A low-end bag that was once priced at $1,500 is not worth the $4,500 it's priced at now. Now, while it is too early to tell exactly what these brands will do, if they will decrease their prices by a little bit, if a lot, who knows? But what we do know is that these prices are way too expensive. You know, these prices have gone too far. And when prices get out of hand, consumers look elsewhere. Consumers are going to look towards the pre-loved market, which is one of my favorite markets because I feel like the pre-loved market is one where you can get a great deal. And two, you can find some diamond in the rough pieces that are just not sold anymore. There are even some vintage collections that I have marked down that I want pieces from those collections that I will be on the hunt for probably, you know, quite some time until I get all of those off my wish list. And in my opinion, I don't think the price of what these luxury brands are asking for is worth the price for that bag. Especially in Canadian dollars. Why is a Bottega and Diamo bag 10,000 Canadian dollars? Don't even get me started. I would love a Bottega and Diamo bag, but I'm not paying $10,000 for an Andiamo bag when I could maybe pay $10,000 and save that towards a Birkin. You know, girl math. These brands and their prices just are not adding up. In my head at least. In Canadian dollars at least. So these are the handbags, whether you are starting off with your vintage handbag collection or whether you're starting off in general and you want to start with the pre-loved market. These are the handbags that I would absolutely recommend you buy pre-loved. Number one, I have to start off my favorite handbag of all time. I could have an entire collection of these handbags and never get sick of them. It is the Fendi Baguette. In my opinion, you will never go wrong with a Fendi Baguette purchase. They are so incredibly versatile. I have one in the pink and I have one in the black. Both of these bags I did buy pre-loved. This pink leather is almost like a pink suede. I got this at a consignment store in Toronto called Mine and Yours. And then I got the black neoprene Fendi Baguette off eBay. Both of which are absolutely amazing. I've worn them literally to death and they're still in impeccable condition. I honestly could not recommend a Fendi Baguette more because on the pre-loved market, there are so many different variations. I'm not even exaggerating. There is truly a Fendi Baguette for everybody. There's sequin baguette, leather baguettes, neoprene, nylon. What else is there? Suede. Everyone loves apparently a suede bag right now. A little bit of a disclaimer though, once you buy your first Fendi Baguette, expect to buy at least another one, okay? I mean, I have a slight addiction, but it's warranted, okay? Because these are extremely versatile bags and I just think they are such a great pop of color or a pop of a statement bag if you obviously had a more statement-y Fendi Baguette. Fendi Baguettes are also a great conversation starter. I have had so many people reach out to me and ask me where I've gotten my Fendi Baguettes because you cannot get these in store right now. The next bag I want to talk about is the Fendi Mama Baguette. Now, I do not have the Mama size baguette, but essentially it is a bigger, longer form of the Fendi Baguette. It definitely fits a lot more. It's probably more of an everyday kind of bag, but along the same lines as the Fendi Baguette, it comes in so many different variations. I've seen corduroy, I've seen suede, I've seen leather. I've also seen some great animal printed Fendi Mama Baguettes. I mean, I've seen the cow print, I've also seen the leopard print. If you love the Fendi Baguette style, but you want something a little larger, something you can just throw on and go, definitely try out the Fendi Mama Baguette because you can also get those at an incredible steal. Those I actually have seen are far more affordable than the Fendi Baguette style. Next up is a classic from Gucci. Everyone knows the Gucci Jackie. While they do still sell the Gucci Jackie in some delicious colors, the Gucci bags that they currently have for the fall 24 season are so beautiful in rich rich colors as well. But the price tag has certainly gone up over the past couple years. And if you did not want to pay that, definitely check out the pre-loved for the Gucci Jackie. Same with the Fendi Baguette. There are some great variations online that are much more approachable cost, many of which that I have seen are also in very good condition. I think the Gucci Jackie really holds up well. I don't have one to show you, but I have felt them, and they do definitely wear very nicely. And next up is Louis Vuitton handbags. Now I'm going to talk about a couple, but I want to start with a leather, specifically epi leather. Now this is the Madeline PM bag in the cream color with the epi leather. Now I wasn't the biggest fan of epi leather previously. However, it is extremely durable, so in that case alone, I was sold. In my opinion, the epi leather is probably one of Louis Vuitton's best leathers. This leather is indestructible. I have not thrown this at the wall or, you know, stepped on it or tried to destroy it, but if I did, I have full confidence that it would come back looking exactly pristine like this. All Louis Vuitton leathers have this classic ridge effect, which almost adds to the durability, because if you did have a scratch, it's much less noticeable. I'm not saying I would go out and buy this bag specifically. I'm saying I would highly look into epi leather if you were going to go for a Louis Vuitton bag on the pre-loved market, because it's very likely that it will be a very good condition bag. And even if you did buy a pre-loved bag with a little bit of dirt, you can easily remove it with a cloth. I know epi leather may not be for everybody simply because of all the ridges, but for durability wise, if you are someone who, you know, enjoys throwing their bag at the wall, I would highly recommend the Louis Vuitton epi leather. Next up is the Louis Vuitton Speedy, a absolute classic of a Louis Vuitton bag. I mean, when I think of Louis Vuitton, I think of Speedy and the next bag I'll speak about. In my opinion, the Louis Vuitton Speedy is definitely a classic, even though I think that it goes a little bit in and out of trends. When it comes to Louis Vuitton, specifically the monogram, you definitely want to be careful of where you're buying your pre-loved pieces, because the monogram itself can definitely be faked, and it has been. As long as you're buying from a reputable source, there are so many Louis Vuitton Speedies that you can get at an amazing discount. Knowing that Louis Vuitton's heritage is around travel, it's around the trunks, you can also really use the Speedy as a travel piece as well. While the Speedy is great for everyday use, yes, it's also a great little travel companion that you can just bring on the airplane, have that be your personal item, and it is fairly decently large, so you can still fit quite a bit in that. Now, I'm only referencing this because it's absolutely amazing. This is definitely not pre-loved, but the current Pharrell Williams Louis Vuitton men's Speedies are next level amazing. Wow. So if you did actually want to invest your money into a Louis Vuitton Speedy, I would definitely check out the men's. Again, this is not pre-loved. This is definitely what's in store, what's on the market right now. But I just had to mention because they're just superior. They're just so amazing to look at. They're beautiful. They're art pieces. All right, enough of my Louis Vuitton Speedy rant. Next up is Louis Vuitton Keepalls. Okay, Louis Vuitton Keepalls are a classic. I have been wanting a Louis Vuitton Keepall for quite some time, and I do believe this year is the year that I'm going to buy one for myself. Same with the Speedies. You need to be careful where you're buying them, and there are so many on the pre-loved market, but you can buy from someone reputable and still buy something authentic at a great price. The Louis Vuitton Speedy is a crowd pleaser amongst celebrities. Not that that's a reason why you should be buying the bag, but it is a classic piece. There's been so many limited edition numbers of this bag. The Louis Vuitton Steven Sprouse collab is a bag of my dreams. I love that bag. I would just hang it on the shelf. I would not even wear it, to be honest. It's totally not my style, but it is an art piece. The Louis Vuitton Light Up Speedy, which actually, come to think of it, I don't remember what it was called, but it was under the creative direction of Virgil Abloh. I'll insert the name on the screen, but you can only actually get these now pre-loved. The Keepalls are also a great everyday and also travel bag. They come in 3 sizes, 45, 50, and 55, so equivalent to small, medium, large, if you will. They do also come in epi leather, so if you're worried about the monogram getting scratched or just scuffed up throughout the years, they do offer the Louis Vuitton epi leather on the pre-loved market as well. The Louis Vuitton Keepall, in my opinion, is just a must-have. Everyone needs a duffel bag. While there are, you know, other bougie duffel bags on the market, a Louis Vuitton Keepall you can get at a great price on the pre-loved market. And there's always going to be use for a good travel bag. I hear myself selling myself on the Louis Vuitton Keepall, you know, this year. I think it's the year I get one. I don't think it will be a pre-loved video without me speaking about Chanel. Chanel is notorious for their price increases, and hence why so many people have gone over to the pre-loved market so that they can buy their Chanel bag at a decent price, because consumers are fed up.
I am sick.
As they should be. The 2 Chanel bags that I'm going to speak about, one of them is the obvious, the Chanel Classic Flap. This should go without saying that you are going to pay less than buying it in store. Maybe not a lot less, depends on where you get it and depends obviously on the condition of the bag, but you are certainly not going to pay the same price as when you walk into the exact store. This is to say that you are buying more of a vintage bag, not necessarily something that just came out. That's a little bit different. You're still going to pay a lot more than, let's say, the Fendi Baguettes and the Louis Vuitton Keepalls of the world, but you're going to spend a lot less than what you would pay in store today. You're still going to pay a little bit of a hefty premium if you want the classic flat bag, but you're still going to pay less than if you're going to go in store and buy a brand new 2024 classic flap, that's for sure. Chanel, simply put, is trying to go after the big players of the world, Hermes. They're trying to position themselves on the same price point as Hermes. So of course you're going to spend a little bit more if you're going to go buy those bags. The next Chanel bag I think is a little underrated and a bag that you can get at a very good price point. The Chanel bowling bag. The Chanel bowling bag fits a lot. It has 2 shoulder straps and it has a little dangly little Chanel logo. Who doesn't love a little dangly Chanel logo hanging off their bag? It's almost like a free bag charm because bag charms are very in right now. The Chanel bowling bag is a great classic bag, and while it may not be referred to as a classic bag, you know, from a Chanel point of view, it's a great bag that you can get at a very good price tag on the pre-loved market. I need to give Burberry a little bit of a moment because vintage Burberry I think is chic and fab. If you wanted to start your designer bag collection but you didn't want to pay a hefty premium and you wanted to keep your costs a little bit on the lower end, I would actually check out Burberry checked vintage bags. A lot of their bags you can get under the $300 and a lot of them are great for everyday use. I came across the Burberry check leather buckle belt. I'll insert it on the screen here. I think it is a great, very vintage-esque style bag. The Burberry monogram check is not going to be for everybody, but it is a great bag if you wanted to get started. And also if you just wanted a little bit of logo. There's nothing wrong with a logo. In a world where quiet luxury and old money is a thing, you know, nothing wrong with a logo. But if you are a fan of the Burberry check in general, do not sleep on Burberry. You can also get some great Burberry trenches on the pre-loved market as well at a much more affordable price range. The last bag I want to speak about was a crowd pleaser for a couple years, and if you are a fan of Phoebe Philo, you will know the Celine Phantom Bag. I remember when this bag was popular like it was yesterday. It was a cult favorite. People loved and still love Phoebe Philo when she was creative director at Celine. The Celine Phantom Bag is a great everyday bag. I can certainly see why it was so popular and still why people love it today. Personally, for me, I was never into the Celine Phantom Bag. I just could not get over the fact that it had a face, it had the 2 eyes, and it had a mouth. I could not deal with that and I could not unsee it. But considering that big bags and slouchy bags are very much making their moment right now, I would highly check out the Celine Phantom bags. They come in so many different colors and also sizes as well. You don't have to go for the largest size, you can also still go for the smaller size. The Celine Phantom bag is truly a bag that you can throw anything in and just take it and go, which to me, I love a good disheveled looking bag. I love a bag that looks like it's been used, and frankly, if I could undo the fact that I could see a face, I would absolutely go for that bag. So whether you're looking for a good everyday throw and go bag, or if you just really want to get your piece on a cult favorite Phoebe Philo handbag, I would absolutely go for the Celine Phantom bag. I don't think you'll regret it. Not to mention, you can get an amazing steal on this bag. I have seen some amazing prices on the pre-loved market for this bag. Those are all the handbags I would absolutely recommend you buy pre-loved. Save your coin and get yourself an amazing bag that you feel fabulous in. A bag that people will stop you on the street for because no one else will be able to buy it. Well, unless you know, do your treasure hunt and go find yourself. But you get what I mean. Now, if you have any of the handbags I listed out, please let me know in the comments if you like them, if you enjoy them, or if you just simply want to buy, you know, a million other ones like the Fendi Baguette. I had a lot of fun recording this video. I absolutely love handbags, and I hope you do too. So I'm going to end this video here on a good note. I hope you have the utmost fabulous day, and thank you so much for watching.